I felt that buff dragon was a healthy way to balance dragon so that the class wasn't as reliant on ramp. I actually kind of agree with you there, Kawi. It makes a lot of sense too, because we saw the prevalence of that non-ramp build happening around mid-month. You stay Indonesia, price hike there? I do stay in Indonesia. I'm in Singapore right now, but like long term I stay in Indonesia. And because I get paid in USD, I don't feel the effects too bad because the conversion rate's really good. Also, I'm really blessed. I'm staying at my aunt's unit right now. My aunt has an apartment and I'm just staying there. I'm basically a freeloader. I'm mooching off people as much as I can. Buff Dragon was nice. It was annoying that it was the only deck they supported. Yeah, pretty much. Malaysia price hike is unreal. Yeah, it sucks. The economy is just in the dumpster in a lot of places. Between pandemic hangover, supply side shock because of the war in Ukraine, the anti-work movement, etc., etc. A lot of the classic ways of economic analysis don't work in this current situation just because it's unprecedented times. Let evil burn in the fires of righteousness. Like, traditionally, with standard analysis, Phillips curve means that higher inflation means higher employment rate. But then you have to take into account how each government measures employment rate, and then as well as, you know, pandemic and the war. It becomes very difficult very quickly to actually see the effects, or to predict the effects of unprecedented times. Hey, Defy Shadows, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate you, Doug. Thank you, thank you. Like I said, like every sub on Twitch, every member on YouTube, every view, just being here in the stream helps out a lot. Helps out a great deal. Because I'm trying to just be content creator full time. So I really do appreciate it. But don't get me wrong, I will still do gigs as much as I can. They pay so much better than ads. But that's the good thing about being a caster freelance while being content creator on the side, is that you can do both without really sacrificing anything. In fact, they sort of help each other, you know what I mean? Like if I play Shadowverse a lot in my spare time and stream time, that helps inform my commentary when I cast it. And it also just like, it's practice speaking to an audience too. It's all very synergistic, which I really am thankful for. You couldn't have imagined this as a job a few years ago? Yeah, man, it's crazy, huh? Heaven and earth will tremble at our roars. Let's get the burn in now. Like, kinda sucks, but it's a little sus. It's what I can do. Oh wait, it's not sus, I win. I wasn't even thinking about it, I was just talking about economics with my chat. I cope with the state of the world by sucking at card games. Hey, preach, brother. Subs cheaper now in certain countries. Does this affect your revenue from subs now? I don't think so. I definitely am for the cheaper subs in certain countries. That's just so logical to me. Like, I'm so thankful they did that. Like, obviously, in different places, like, there's different purchasing powers, right? For your currency.
Go Bloodkin!
Take my money,
Take
streamer.
my money, streamer. Thank you so much, Wolfow, for the 300 bits. I really appreciate it. I didn't mean this to be like a, oh, please give me money or anything. So please do not give me your money if you need it more than I do, for sure. But if you can support, hey, I appreciate it. I just know that we're in a recession, so keep your money if you need it, obviously. I wanted the badge, hog you.
Started.
Let's go. Hey S, welcome to the stream. We're coping really hard right now. Doing our best to play Dragon. Why does a 0-6 have Bane? Attacking with 0 attack, if you have Bane, still kills. Because 0 counts as damage in the damage calculation.
The words escaped me.
Yup, worse than 2008. At least in 2008, there wasn't a global pandemic to contend with, right? Bro, I don't know, like, I'm fine talking, like, publicly about stuff like this. I'm not shy about it that much, but I don't know if I can put this on YouTube just because I said pandemic a lot and they're gonna freaking get my ass on the blocked words list with that. You're not allowed to say pandemic on YouTube unless you're actually educating people about the pandemic. Thanks, I didn't know that. Hey, no problem, man. Why did he play tempo healer? Really makes you think. How is pandemic a sensitive word? Because a lot of weirdos use social media platforms like YouTube to spread disinformation to further their own agenda. So YouTube is, like, rightly quite skittish about certain terms. Prime is better. There's a slightly higher cut for Prime. Okay, well, that's good to know. Honestly, any way that people choose to support their favorite creators is fine by me. That's why I have YouTube membership, Patreon, Twitch, Stream Elements tips. Like, just having more options, I think, can't be bad, right? Not having Prime is bad. Yeah, they really do need to roll out Prime to more countries. I'm pretty happy because Prime in Singapore is pretty cheap, honestly. Last time I checked, anyway. It was like $2.50 a month compared to the $5 that it is in the States, I think. Tired and hungry, can't stick for long, have a good stream. Hey, man, no problem. Thanks for the raid. Free pandemic from YouTube word jail. Nah, I get why they do it. Like, it makes perfect sense. This guy's really bad. But he's learning, It's all good. Patreon feat reveal. I used to do tiers for my Patreon, but I realized I couldn't really keep that up, honestly. It's a lot of work to try and, like, maintain a Patreon at the same time as everything else. So I ended up just making my Patreon a tip jar. And, like, if you can support, then Patreon is there, and that's it. I pay €8 for Prime? Interesting. Yeah, it's different all around the world, right? Imagine how bad Dragon will be at the end of the expansion when Rowan rotates. I know, right? They really have to print something for this class soon to make it playable. It's actually, like, in such a dire state right now.